I mean, who taught you?
My father was a poster writer,
Ah, right.
so he did a lot of in those days. Adverts in the papers were done with by hand. You see, so he worked with the
Yes.
papers as a poster writer. I started when I was 14, so I've done this all my life. Mahl stick.
How do you spell that?
M-A-H-L stick.
Mahl.
Yeah.
Ah,
So this just keeps my hand off the surface of what I'm working on.
I'm gonna have to look them up now.
Yeah. So you know, I can keep my hand off the paint.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want is paint on your hands, and then the paint then is on your hands. And if you touch the surface, it's on. You know, you get on, so you get in a mess then. So
Yeah.
it's just really useful tool. Simple, but really, really useful. I can also use it if I want to get a straight line like I do here now.
Oh, right, okay.
I can use it like this as well, you see?
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I can get the straight line there like that.
Is this a special paint?
This is Signwriter's paint, which I get from London, a company called AS Handover, who provide all the Signwriter's paints.
What's so clever about it? Is it?
It's the durability of this stuff.
Right.
It's incredible.
Right.
So, for example, if you're in London or in New York, you can see the ghost signs on the buildings there.
Right.
The Signwriters have painted it years ago.
Yeah.
The building's fallen apart, but the
Nice.
sign is still there. Yeah. So I love that. If I'm in London, I take a lot of photographs of ghost signs, and it really is clues to the past, really.
I've gone over this with 240 grit in the polishing machine. Can't remember, did I do? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, P240, the polishing machine. Using WD-40 as a lubricant. I was looking online at the best way to polish things, and they recommend using WD-40 as a lubricant. Now, the only thing is, you get this sort of, it's like you've been painted with silver paint everywhere. It's all over here. And you get like an oily finish on this with particles of aluminium in it. Now, you're meant to get all the particles off before you go up to the next finer grit. And I found if you wipe it, that's fine, but it still doesn't get all of it off. So this is all a mixture of dust and WD-40. So I've just welded up here, 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 all the little holes I had from when I had self-tapping screws going through when I was test fitting the top canopy thing, the fairing. So there's no point in me polishing it till I've welded those up. So I've done that. So that is 240 grit with a foam backing pad, and then 400 grit without foam backing pad pressing quite gently. So I'm now going to go to 800, see what difference that makes. That's 240 grit, 400 grit, 800 grit. I haven't started polishing it yet with a buffing wheel or anything. That's just the end of the sanding process. Right, you may remember me discussing a plan. I was going to have some air scoops under here to take air in just through the engine bay, especially past the exhaust manifolds, and then out the back somewhere. So I've been thinking how to do that. I mean, I could fashion them from scratch, but time's running a bit short now. So what I did is I bought these. This is the underpan. These are actually from boat suppliers, and they have 8 of these in a long strip. So I bought 2 and I cut them in half. So you can see there, that one's been cut. So these are this is the underneath of the car there. Okay, so air is going to get drawn in there, and I've just bolted them in. Cut a hole, bolted them in, used brass slot head bolts, so it's period correct. As I say, could have made those out of aluminium myself and welded them. It's just kind of short of time, and these things you can just buy them ready made. So, and there's the other side. So air's coming in here, running down the side, and then it needs to come out. So you're thinking, well, surely I need some outlet vents back here. But I've got a better plan than that, which I'll show you now. So if I put the inner structure in, because you remember the air from the radiator goes out through there, and it comes out of this area here, comes out under here, right? So what I've done is, instead of having the outlet vents come out on the bodywork, I've got them going the other way. I'll show you. There's the inlets, and then the air flows along here, and then it goes out through there. Because this is almost out to fresh air here, if you look up here. See, they're just there, you see? So basically that air will just come out here under the car, along with the exhaust, along with any air that makes it through the radiator. So that means, because what I'm trying to do, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm trying to make this sleekest body with the least numbers of louvers and vents possible. But I thought, if you run the car and then park it, you've got this hot engine sat there with no airflow around it at all. You probably need some ventilation. So while we're moving, air's going to go in there along sort of the sides of the engine and then out through here. And when it's parked, air can go in these holes and the other end, and hot air rises or flow up past the engine out through the top vents. So at least there'll be some way for fumes and heat to kind of dissipate itself. So yeah, I think they look pretty cool, I think. Especially when I polish this up. So instead of them being shiny and this being dull, they'll be shiny and this will be shiny. That's the plan.